Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Camera Tuesday, we're gonna talk about Insta360 Ace Pro. So let's dive deep into it. So what is this Ace Pro? It's an action camera with flip out screen. Yes, it has been done, but this is a surprisingly recent take and with well done intentions. So it's a unique thing, and the sensor is big. Now it does have this weird number 1/1/3 point. It makes no sense, and it's in inches. So the best scientific way of describing it is 72 square millimeter. Is that big? Compared to most mobile phone, yes. Compared to GoPro, yes. And the only cameras that claim 1-inch sensor, they have this size. So 72 square millimeter is big. Now it can go up to 8K. That's another selling point. This puppy can do 8K at 24 frame per second. Yes, it cannot go even higher than that. It cannot touch 30 FPS or 60 FPS. So yes, if you ever thinking about like 8K action camera, we are not there yet. So 8K 24 frame per second, and stills is around 48 megapixel, which is huge given the fact that 8K requires around 33-ish megapixel. So 48 is a bit more generous. Now the price is around $550 in USA, and in India it would be exceeding 50,000 rupees. Yes, it's taxes and all that jazz. So I do expect this puppy to be expensive in India. Now, what's the difference? Because again, this whole package deal, even with the sensor and this sort of specs, is available, right? Like it's way too close to Action 4 from DJI. So what's the selling point of this? Well, the selling point is they realized it very early on is that the primary reason why GoPro does not feel whoa is because of the SoC. They're stuck with the SoC. They are not refreshing the SoC. And same with Action. While it's not, bad, but it's not like, year over year, they're not upgrading. They just went all in. Nothing in this is like whoa, other than the SoC. They are not shutting up. Like there's a very good chance they spent some serious money into SoC, and they're saying that it's like 4 nanometer processor with inbuilt neural processing unit or AI chip. So they went some serious horsepower on the basically the SoC. And yes, SoC defines how good your cameras are. Look at your mobile phone. Many times they could literally have the same sensor from few years ago, but output would be exponentially better because of the SoC. So yes, SoC matters, and this company's selling point is the SoC itself. It's not the, oh, we have this sensor or we have this flip out screen. Those things are amplified by the fact that it has a good modern SoC. So the video quality that is giving in the final packaged form, that is 8-bit, it's genuinely good. Meaning, again, it's not like whoa, RE/LXR, something like that. Of course, it's not that. But compared to, let's say, GoPro, compared to Action 4, if you look them side by side in a vector scope, you'll be like, I see it. Now, it won't be night and day difference because again, 72 square mm, not that huge. But there is a genuine reason for it to be like, I get it, why people are going after it. And it does have much better noise processing. Now, let this be clear. If you have something that tiny compared to full frame, it fundamentally will be far noisier. Now, how do you compensate for noise? The current tactic is you take the analog to digital converter, you take that digital data and you compile it, package it up into a codecs, which is H.264, H.265, whatever have you. Then you apply noise reduction. Now, so far the data is already lost. You do not have the wisdom of the raw data. So why didn't we do that? That requires compute. They improved the compute. So now it's taking the raw data, basically sensor, analog to digital converter, that data stream, now they are applying noise reduction with some wisdom of AI. So now it can do much more refined, much more wow level noise reduction rather than just like bleh. So, and you can notice this in your smartphone also. Smartphone from 5 years ago almost had the same horsepower, same silicon in terms of sensor what we have right now. But like right now, it genuinely looks good. It does not look like over processed and all that. Why? Because the pipeline where we are applying noise reduction in image and in video has become exponentially better. That's what they are doing. They are not going on like, oh, we have the biggest sensor. That's not selling point. Oh, we have Leica lens. That's not a selling point. Selling point is they have a good use of the data pipeline that already exists. So output is really good. HDR, that is outputted in 8-bit, like the ready to use file, it's actually good. It's like, okay, I see. Of course, let this be very clear. Compared to what? Compared to other action cam, not compared to like, other things, like especially full frame cameras or things of that nature. So this is Ace Pro. Now, the interesting fact about this company is that when they're designing this product, they do pay attention to usability. And I have told you this again and again. Every camera company, Sony, Nikon, Canon, Fuji, and all this Panasonic, whatever have you, all of them have garbage user interface. Most of the user interface does not look like they have ever crossed the year 1990. And God help you if you are touching Canon or Nikon. Holy damn, those are ugly. So this company, and that's the another reason why these camera companies are randomly popping up and becoming successful. They realize this one critical aspect: there is no point of having horsepower if you do not have steering wheel. So usability is very core focus of these companies. And you can see that flip up screen. Now they have a front small LCD. You're like, isn't it redundant? Well, not really. If you have a tiny small front screen that is always there, what if you do the metadata on that tiny screen and the full video on the main screen? Now you have distraction free main screen while you still have the metadata on a glance. That's like somebody thought of it. That's like the UI and UX engineer was like, I got this, fam. Like somebody sat down and designed this. You may think, that's obvious. Look into Canon and Nikon and Sony and you will be like, yeah, it's not obvious. So it's there. Now, video recording. This is an action camera. It does video recording. But here's the deal. It has pause in video recording. I'm like, damn, it reminded me of VCR. Yes, I am that old. And yes, I have used it. So video recording in that sort of era, like, damn. And it can also cancel you. For example, let's say you were looking for some trick and you have already captured one or two, and like, let's do one more shoot, and you're like, yeah, it did not work out. Why would you want to fill up your memory card? And again, it becomes extra hassle if you are dumping that file into your computer. You just delete it. So you can cancel it, you can pause it, you can and again, pause means you can re-expand a video file. Like you have captured it and you're like, I would like to expand it. You can do that. So a really good UI and UX experience. USB-C fast charging, which the only company as of now that is not doing fast charging is GoPro, and 0 to 80% is in 22 minutes. Now, if you're not familiar with lithium ion chemistry, you must understand this is natural. They cannot give you 0 to 100% because 0 to 80% is the time of what we call constant current. You are pumping as much current as you want, and you can go hams on it, and that's why your smartphone also has the same 0 to 80% in this much time. Even electric vehicles have 0 to 80% very quickly, and then it tapers off. The tapers off is the fact because that's the regime of cell charging. You are going into constant voltage, very slow charging. You cannot bypass that unless you want to harm your cell. So 0 to 80%. Do not be like, oh, why 80%? It has to be that. As long as you are using lithium ion chemistry or lithium polymer chemistry, you have to use that. Are there any lithium that allows you to bypass that? Yes, lithium titanate, but while it does have the oomph where you can charge that puppy in 15 minutes, 0 to 100, yeah, it does not have capacity. Basically, it does not last long. It's not a marathon runner. So USB-C fast charging, good, easy to use compared to 2 hours it will take for GoPro system. And it has free frame video, basically capture the goddamn sensor. So you can capture the whole full frame as in like the sensors possible thing, and then you frame it later, which I'm like, thank you. You can have 1:1 output for if you need square video. You can have 16:9 for YouTube. You can have 9:16 for Instagram or TikTok. So clever. Like the first camera that I know of that did this in was GoPro, and now every other camera company is like, hey, that's clever, let's use it. I'm like, that's smart. That's smart. And it can also be used as a dash cam. They have a wiring system where you can just like, if you turn on your key, it acts like a dash cam, which again is necessary in India for some reasons. Indians will figure it out why I'm saying that. That's a good use, and it has data ability to receive data from Apple and Garmin devices. I have no idea how the heck they managed to get it done with Garmin, not with Android, but it is what it is. And what data we are talking about? Well, we are talking about GPS, speed, basically tachometer, metadata, telemetry metadata. You can be plastered on your screen using those sort of devices. Now, downloading files can be done in background, and I'm like, holy damn. Like, this is one thing that personally bugs me in all camera company. Like, look into camera company, whatever camera company that you like, so Nikon camera, whatever have you, Fuji and all that. Look into their mobile apps rating. In any, go in Apple store also, you'll be like, everybody hates it, and there is a genuine reason for that. And they realized it. It's like, hey, if you're dumping files, it should be a background task. It should not require your constant attention. And they are like specifically focusing on that. And that's what I specify. Horsepower means nothing if you do not have easy to use. So downloading file in the background is a small thing, but it has a biggest impact. And it also has 30 seconds of pre-recording video, meaning the video is going into your buffer, and once you press the system, then it records, saves the buffer data rather than actually starting from your press. So 30 seconds of pre-recording is there. Again, usability, it's not like whoa, it's like clever. Now AI, now this is another aspect, because their SoC is so powerful, they're going all in with the AI. That's their differentiation compared to other things. Now they have onboard physical AI chip which allows them to do AI file management, meaning let's say you are doing a ski run and you did the ski run. Now you did multiple times of that. Now consequence, your card size will fill up no matter how good you are. Your card size will be like limited to 1 TB, so it will fill up very quickly, and at the point you reach a limitation, is like what the hell to do now. Well, this puppy can analyze the scene because it has AI, not just an algorithm. AI, it can analyze the scene composition and scene changes, and based on that, it can create marker points. Now, while you are sitting down, you can just look through those marker points, and if you are happy with those marker points, you can delete everything else inside a video clip. So let's say it's a 20-minute clip, you notice 3 things as like, hey, this is cool, this is cool. Other things are just fluff. It will delete the fluff, package all your clips in one. Die. Onboard AI processing. So that's a really good thing. And it has gesture recognition, like how my Samsung smartphone has that. Like if I do like this, it captures the photo. Same here. Now again, why it was not so common, again, it does require some level of AI. Smartphones had that for quite some time, so this is kind of very wise use of that, where it's got, again, like in my DSLR I have to use this, so shut up, take money. Dynamic time lapse, because I did specify it does have much higher resolution than 8K, so I do think they have figured it out. Hey, what if we zoom in 1:1 pixel readout for 8K also, and then we just move it. So not only it can do time lapse, it can give you some motion in the time lapse, which will elevate your like time lapse experience exponentially. So that's clever, and this is the selling point. Pocket AI director. So you can make basically really trippy kind of system. If you want to go balls to the walls, you can go there, and that's the whole point. They're not just giving you action cam, they're giving you AI action cam, so you can do some interesting things with it. Basically, spend more time doing things rather than fiddling with the device itself. So that's the AI part of it. However, there are certain decisions that are weird. Now, first thing is, while 8K sounds good and orgasmic, but it only sounds good and orgasmic for people who do not understand physics. 72 square millimeter is not good enough for 8K. You cannot transfer what we call mean function transfer, MTF, mean transfer function. There is no way you can compact at 72 square millimeter 8K worth of resolution. It will not transfer. Like you have the pixel size, as in like the file size, digital pixels are there, but the resolution is not there. Physics will not allow you to transfer. You need large surface area. So it's unwise, especially for video. Let this be very clear. If this was a stills camera, that's a different thing. You have a different sort of compute freedom compared to basically video system. And that's why video cameras generally use lower megapixel. For example, what could they have done? Well, they can have gone with 8K or maybe 10 12K if they want like electronic image stabilization to move the sensor around a bit. So if they had that, and that size of sensor where it's like physically 72 at basically 8K compared to basically 8 megapixel compared to 48 megapixel, the pixel size would be so huge exponentially, the signal to noise ratio would be so much better that AI will be like, I got this. It will actually be like, whoa. And if you want to get a real world experience of that, look into why RE cameras are so desired. They released a new one. It's only 4K. Here's the deal. That puppy crosses 17 stops of dynamic range. Other camera companies claim they can touch 17. That puppy crosses it. Why? They understand it. Law of physics can not be violated. You want a video camera, make a low megapixel sensor. So if they had done that with the SoC they have, the output would have been whoa better. Right now the output is good. Like, but again, you need vector scope to say like, oh, it has like, much more leg room. It's not clipping. It's like actual data and all that. But again, that fundamentally means it's not like night and day difference. There is a night and day difference between GoPro and this, especially in low light because of the physical large sensor. But compare this to Action 4, it's like, okay, I can see it. Like if you know what you're looking for, you may pay attention to it. But other than that, it's not like whoa. But if they had, bitten the bullet and just went with like, a less flattering spec sheet but more flattering video, they would have gone with 8 megapixel or 12 megapixel and get 4K output, which would have been like, again, they could have even run at higher FPS. Right now, the 4K only goes to 120 FPS. and 8K is useless 24 frame per second. Again, it can be useful, but again, it's action cam. It's supposed to go to 60 or 120. So it's unwise. Let's just put it that way. It's unwise. For the SoC, given the fact that they are not shutting up about the SoC, they could have done it, use it wisely. Not having Bluetooth microphone. Now, what does Bluetooth microphone mean? Basically, Bluetooth headsets have microphones. Of course, I'm not talking about this, but Bluetooth microphone nowadays would be desirable, and given the fact that other brands have figured it out. So your new action cam does not having that. Now, like, does this matter? For bicycle ride, basically people who are wearing helmets, shut up, take money. For people who are putting action cameras outside of the car and want to record their audio in the system, shut up, take money. So it's a bit outdated nowadays, not create that. It does not have time code, which most companies have figured out, be it GoPro, be it DJI cam. Most people have figured out that many times people want to use multiple cameras, so having time code is desirable. Not having screw mounts, this is one thing that action camera GoPro have figured it out, that when you have a plate like that, you have enough area. Okay, you have enough area to put a threaded hole there. That allows you to expanded options. Why the heck it's not standard yet? Like, this is a magnetic mount, it's good, it's easy. And yes, when I say magnetic mount, I do not mean it's locking using magnets. All it's doing is placing itself utilizing magnets, and then it has latches. That latches on. So it's good system. You do not have to worry about it. It's not going to fall off unless you physically detach it. Basically, there are clips there that you have to press, removing the latch. Only then you can pull out. Magnets are there as a quick assistance. So not having tripod mount, that could have given them a bit more flexibility. Time code definitely would have made multiple of them far more flexible. Bluetooth mic, yeah, that's a desirable thing. And the video output is only 8-bit as of now. They may change it with software update, but as of now, the more I have looked into it, the spec sheet, it's only 8-bit. Now, I do understand their selling point is like, hey, the final output is generally 8-bit. But yes, that's the output of AI. What if you want to tune the color? What if you want to give a moody feeling to it? 8-bit is not enough for that reason. Especially it's not enough if it's cooked with AI. So that's why many dash cams and action cams, they are going with 10-bit. Then they know for a fact that, hey, you know what look and feel you want, go YOLO on it. We give you 10-bit output and you can go YOLO on it. Not having 10-bit output in 2024, it's off. So there are certain things that are very odd, and I think somebody from Samsung's product manager department went into this company. They literally launched a 2 camera at the same time. Why? Like, why do you like? It's not like you are Sony A9 Mark III. It's not like, oh, this camera 5 years later you're gonna refresh it. So making parallel launches kind of makes sense. You're gonna release the next one next year, so why the heck you're releasing an inferior model, which is like, oh, instead of 8K it only goes to 6K, which is, and everything else is same. It's like, why? How about you just poof this part, not have it, simplify your production line, simplify your product chain, and then spend more time, more of your software horsepower polishing this puppy. Because again, there are many things could be more. Heck, you could have spent more time on getting Bluetooth system working, because it does have Bluetooth. So I'm pretty sure it can use Bluetooth headphones for monitoring, but I'm not sure it can use for microphone. Because again, if a company figures that out, they will never shut up about it. Having Android system, that would have also expanded the range. So that is off. That is just off. That's just like, oh, there is an inferior model also. It's like, why? You are releasing it yearly, so why? So that's odd. So this was my presentation on Insta360 Pro camera. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike. Press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.